Hello and welcome back. This is Lone Wolf, and we are playing Vintage Story on the Riverlands world, the Ara Fury servers. And this is, I've tossed away hours and hours and hours of recording because I was so far behind. So far behind in the current period of this world's life, and so I've tossed them away. We're going to start recording from here and keep current, so you're going to see what's actually happening currently on the server. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'm glad you're here. Thanks for choosing to do that. Okay, so I recorded that intro and then left my computer, left the game running, come back, and of course I had starved to death, so I've lost all my nutrition. That's okay. So we're starting out here. I'm going to give you a tour of the current state of things here in the Ashantin Lone Wolf world. So we currently have eight cell rotor windmills going, fully equipped, producing lots of power. That's not the end of it by any means. So we made a tower specifically for this and for other purposes. The windmill used to be on that tower there with the lightning rod on it, and we've got a lightning rod up there. And over by the chicken coop we've got another lightning rod, so we're trying to keep things alive. You see, we've kind of built right into the trees. We've incorporated them into the build, and there they are. We have no intentions of taking them out. And so this is where we started. Let's head on down. So we've got this fruit tree area. Wow, that didn't take long for that to die. So I just replanted these fruit trees. Clearly orange. Oh. That pear's still trying. This orange tree's still trying. So all the trees planted up here, the only one that made it out of the first round was the cherry tree. But this orange died real quick. I really did just replant them. So we've got all this fantastic glass everywhere you go. This is our first fruit tree area. The Ashantin is decorated up beautifully with the flowers and the Mediterranean cypress. So we've got a pear tree, pink apple, and another pear. We've got the farm down there. Each one of those sections is 32 blocks of soil. So if you connect the two together, that's 64 in a row. We've got 5 rows up top and 4 rows in the one below. And then beyond that, yeah, there's the lightning rod on the chicken shack. So there's the chicken shack there. Then you can see that glass down there. We've got sheep under there. We picked such a beautiful place to live. Very lucky to, don't knock me off. Very lucky to have found this place. One of the key ingredients, key requirements was rainfall in the area be rare. And there's a reason for that. So we've got these beautiful decks and balconies here. Again, all glass. Ashantin's not real happy that I've got these rot barrels out here, but that's okay. I don't have smell-o-vision yet, so down below here we've got the apiary. And you can see that it's a pretty good sized apiary. And we've got a boat dock here with couple of Mediterranean cypress, and then a small reed farm. And then over yonder you can see the berries. But in the wintertime we don't get berries here. It's too cold. They just can't grow. And then this linen sack here, I've changed my class to be a hunter, and so I use that linen sack to dry my rods, or my bows, staves out in there, instead of carrying them around with me. Well, beautiful, beautiful. We are truly blessed to have this area. I love what Ashantin has done here with these cathedral-like windows. Yeah, there is another feature we didn't look at up here. So below here is the forge, and there you can see the pulverizer and the quern. Can't see it real well there, but we've got the 4 health hammers. We've got forges over there, tin bronze anvil and an iron anvil there. Need to make another iron anvil. Got plenty of iron and steel. In fact, I've got 64 steel blisters to go pull out of the cementation furnaces. We have 4 of them, you'll see. Got a resonator here to play all the tuning cylinders, and we've got some duplicates here. Storage vessel that I just grabbed from a ruin. Beautiful table, and a gorgeous porcelain pot made by our good friend the polar bear. So we've got these owl chests where we keep our temporal gears and our rusty gears. These 2 are empty, and this one is a newcomer. And we've got this music box that we got out of a ruin. Got some nice tapestries. Got the last day painting here. Seashells that I've been collecting along the way. As I come across them, I collect them because my base mate Ashantin loves them. Got some flower pots we haven't put flowers into yet. So here we are on the forge level that we saw from up above, which is really cool to be able to have that view. We've got some nice fuels here. And this is where the windmills come down and meet up with the gear, and things get distributed to the 3 automated processes. We've got the axles running underneath here on this one, covered by trapdoors so you don't get hurt. Another entrance into the base. And you can just see the beautiful work that Ashantin has done. So to get up onto the windmills, we have this spiral staircase as well. So there's multiple ways to get most everywhere on here. And you know, more overlooking here. And here we actually have the ceiling on, so that we don't have drifters dropping in. Drop bears not welcomed here. So we've worked hard to try to make this a drifter-proof place, but, you know, I haven't met the drifter-proof place. So yeah, everything's automated. So the quern's automated, and it's got a transmission and clutch, so we engage it when we're ready to use it. Same thing, the automated pulverizer with its own transmission and clutch, and the health hammers with its. So if we want to head outside, we've got these beautiful 3x2 doors, and I've got a pair of them matched up here. Got these out of a ruin. Isn't that just majestic? Well, I guess we're getting a peek here of the way down. So we had this idea to line our staircase with these beautiful cornflowers. And may as well take a look at the farm here. So right now I've got 5 stacks of flax seeds planted in here. Because that's what I do. And then down here we've got peanuts. We don't have a full 64 seeds yet. And cabbage. We've got a full 64 of those planted. You can see the water is icing over. So it's officially winter here. Just going to close this because I don't want friends that are uninvited coming in. So we found this fantastic peninsula here. It's a beautiful sandbar. It's kind of like, reminds me of the state of Florida, but, you know, rotated on its axes here. And we're at 13,500 south, and the base is about 850 west. So here's the chicken shack. I went and took down a lot of pine trees and put in a pine log floor. We've had multiple roosters, but I'd killed 2 of them along the way when I was trying to cull the hens out of there, because they spawn through here, and they also spawn through the doors. And as you can see, we've got 1 hen in here with the rooster, so he's got his own feed there, trough. So we'll grab some food and feed him up so he can keep doing his rooster thing. We've got an automated feeder here. I'd put in more troughs just so that these guys could keep growing, as you know, have food to keep taking care of themselves, reproducing. I very much want the hen out of here, but I gotta be so careful to not take out the rooster because this is the only one we have. So guess what? The hen's staying right now. We get another rooster in here. I'll try to get him in this other pen over here, which is what that one's for. So keep coming in here and culling them. I don't even know what gin they are. I don't pay any attention to that on the chickens. So Ashantin had built a pit here, and we'd gotten a ram and a ewe in here, and we put fence up around. No, I don't think we had. Anyways, wolves got in and took out the breeding pairs, so that was unfortunate. So I left the trough in, put food in, and sure enough, we ended up with a couple more sheep in there. And instead of transferring them, I made this for them. I dug this pit beside that one and covered it all enclosed with glass so they have all the light that they need. And did little teeny chiseling. We've got a cleaver at all the places where we have livestock. We've got cleavers there for the harvesting. And I had chiseled out these little passes here so that I could fill the trays, the troughs, with food because, well, yeah, even a Gen 5 ram wants to hurt you. So I fed them through there, and now I've got the automated feeder here. So 1 trough is enough. I've got extra buckets in here for milking. Let's see if anybody wants to give me some milk. All right, got that. Let's see if there's anyone else giving milk. She is. All right. And we've got some Gen 5s here and a Gen 6. So I do have a Gen 4 ewe still. And I've kept her around because she's been providing me with milk. So, and I made this so that I could come in here and just squat down. So as I reach through there, I'm actually able to interact with the trough. And I put this little notch in here because it just made it that much easier to get to the notch. We've got this fantastic cove here. Neat little place. And this peninsula, we have taken all of the trees up pretty high off the ground so we have visibility. Because one of the other features we have here are wolf spawns and bear spawns, both well, primarily brown bears. And of course drifters. So with all the trees being up, now we have visibility to help protect and to attack the wild beasts as they appear on our little piece of heaven here. We've got an inbuilt resin farm. We've got resin on lots of these trees. If you look, all these are resin trees that I have marked. We've got bauxite all over this area as well, and that's where I died up there. I don't know why it makes so many death markers, but so we've got bauxite, we've got lead, and a little bit of copper just all on the surface, so we have done well with the lead business, which is why we have so many Elliptococcus lanterns. So there were some raised areas in here, like all of this was raised, and I've taken it all down. Once again, it's about visibility. So I've modified, done some terraforming in here, just to make this a little bit nicer place to be when bad things are happening. So we have this entire place land claimed. As you can see there. So this is our beautiful pine paradise. So now we get to the berry patch. And we've got black currants and cranberries here, red currants, black currants, cranberries, blueberries, and white currants. And we have extended this beach out just to give us more room to plant things. And I've extended it all out along here too, just because I've got a path there and just want a little bit more room to be able to do things. I filled in here by the apiary so we'd have more room for the beehives. So that's the berry patch. And this is a stack plus 23 of reeds when we harvest. And I really like our dock here. It's pretty cool. Big challenge though is this river here. It comes out with a lot of force, and it mostly comes up along this shore. So when I take off from here, or if I'm coming back from here, I've got to fight all this heavy current going this way. It doesn't start until, you know, somewhere in this area. So I've ended up, instead of coming back here when I'm coming from a southern trip, I come back over here and get on this bridge and just run across here because it's, well, it's easier. Let's go put some of this stuff in the cellar. This milk. Okay, so this is our kitchen. We do our cooking and baking. We've got our peat piled up. In here we've got a little bit of a workshop. We've got our honey shaking area here. A couple of armor stands with some in much need of repair armor. Got some old ruined armor sitting up here and some nice shields. And then over here, this is our leather working area. Apparently I didn't fill those, no big deal. With the change that Tyron made in 19, you have to get the hides soaked or let them go to rot. We've got our oak logs here, we've got the lime water here, and the weak tannin and the strong tannin. And as you can see, we've got a lot of leather done here, and we've got a lot of leather to process, but it's been soaked so it's not going to rot. And if you've noticed, there's just glass everywhere, glass. One of the things that Ashantin and I both absolutely agree on is make it bright, keep it bright. Good for the mind, good for working conditions. This is going to be extended out like this, but it's not going to join that little deck there. This will be more like a patio, I suppose. And then in here we have the cellar. I'm being careful because I don't want to pour it onto the floor. So we've got some cheese in here. We've got... I've done lots of things with the flax grains, and maybe we'll get into that later. We've got salt in here, salting red meats. We've got plenty of everything. We have no risk of going hungry. If we do, then that's on ourselves because there's food aplenty. I was out adventuring and ran into some malachite, and I happen to know that Ashantin loves these blocks with the ores in them, so I picked one up for her, and we've made some glue, so those pots are bleh. And a cage that I made. Find these, pretty vessels out in the world. So this is the rest of the forging area. So this is where we do use our crucible and melt down the ores. And we've got 50 ingot molds here, so it's where we pour. We've got some haven't turned into nugget yet stuff in here, as well as our meteoric iron, and we've been fortunate to find plenty of siderite, and how much lead we have processed, oh my goodness. I seem to be surrounded by zinc, and we've been fortunate enough to find gold and silver, and bismuthinite, and a little chromite. So we've got some tapestries here that we found along the way. Place them up. There we have Seraph. I call her my wife, but it's just a game. So there's the forge, which you've seen. Now you've seen this level, and down here, this is the storage room, which, as you come down the stairs, leads right out to where we just came back in. Little bit of dye happened here. Found these marquee quartz crystals here. Found those at somewhere when I was out adventuring. And we're actually making terra preta. So we've got the compost and the bone mill, and then of course we've got charcoal to add to it to turn this into, each one of these into 2 blocks of terra preta. And that gives you an extra 15% of nutrients. So we've got a lot of stuff, just like everybody else that's played for a while has. We've got all the chisel tools here. Then we've got the recurve bows that I've worked on, and we've got extra staves that have already dried, and so our unused tools go in the better crates, and the used ones have a tool rack to sit on. And then we got more storage here. Got all our flowers and such here. Leather. You know, just a variety of things. We live in sandstone, so we have lots and lots of sandstone. You know, just all your normal things. This used to be a ladder up here to the previous floor, but we put this stairway down, which is great. And I haven't finished, or we haven't finished taking care of all this miscellaneous stuff. So right now we've got some clutter. We've got some extra lanterns made. And there's a mod called Easy Light Levels. And if you have the mod installed, it's just client side. You type the command and it shows you where you have good coverage from light and bad coverage from light. So we've used this to try to ensure that we are as light covered as we can be. What can these be? Yep, they're what you think they are. Those are 4 cementation furnaces. And there you have it, in their glory. So this is just kind of a little patented fuel tray that I like to make for my furnaces. It just makes it really nice to be able to work with the furnaces. We've just completed burning 4 full sets of ingots, so there'll be 64 steel blister steel that I will collect. So we've got our pit kilns here. And in here we have a charcoal pit. Shall we collect those beautiful blister steel? These are made of tier 2 right now. I didn't have access to any titanium or chromite when I was making them, but I now have access to those. So slowly the tier 2 will be replaced with tier 3. Not going to tear it down and rebuild it. That would be, well, foolish and unnecessary. See, we've got some blocks that are broken that we'll need to repair for next use. Takes the same amount of time to get 64 ingots made in the furnaces as it does 16, so do yourself a favor, make more furnaces. You'll be happy if you did. But that also means processing more iron iron blooms and such, so you know, there's nothing free about it. But I'm very happy with the benefits of the way that I do this. And put you in here. And see, we have crushed ilmenite in here to make our tier 3s. Just hasn't been a priority yet. I'm super happy with how this is all set up. And while Ash is the primary designer, she kind of leaves things like this up to me. And so, for good or bad, this one is all on me. It was a challenge for me, though, to figure out how to get all these stairs in and make it, you know, not awkward. So I'm very happy with it. So I like what I did. We'll come back and process this another time. This is more of a show and tell episode, not a see what we can get done. Okay, so you have seen the whole base now. Really don't need this here anymore, but well, I guess for the dyes we do. So there's lots of ways to get in and out of things here. You know, I'll come out here, come out here, come out here, to get outside this way. We've got access through some nice doors here to get outside too. And I could not be more happy with where I live and what it looks and feels like. So that is our base. This is current as of October 21st, Monday. My time, it's just after midnight, so we're caught up in game. Today's 3rd of February, year 6. So there we go. Mission accomplished. We're current. I want to thank you for spending your time with me and watching this episode, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly had fun showing you around the place and kind of letting you see the labor of Ash's and Mai's hard work. We're pretty proud of what we've done here, and we're not finished. There's more to do. Anyways, if you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing to my channel. And for all of those who already have, I appreciate it, and thank you very much. If you like this video, please click on that like button and let YouTube know so we can help promote this game to more players. I'd love to hear from you, so please make comments on my videos. I'll read them all and enjoy them and respond. As always, come watch the next episode, won't you? Thank you so much, and goodbye.